Hey everyone, welcome to This Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to be your guide today because we are entirely focused on mastering some essential financial vocabulary. If you've ever felt totally overwhelmed by business jargon, well, you are in exactly the right place. We're taking a super structured, really effective approach today. We're going to slowly learn 16 critical financial terms. For each one, you'll hear me pronounce it 3 distinct times, with a nice clear pause in between. This repetition is absolutely key to locking in the sound and rhythm of the word. After that, I'll give you one simple, clear English explanation to make sure you fully grasp the concept. So, get comfortable and let's expand that business English.
We've got 3 main themes on the agenda today. First, transactions and obligations. Second, banking and cash flow. And third, assets, guarantees, and breaches. Grouping these words together like this is really going to help you chunk and memorize them easily.
Okay, let's dive into this first section covering foundational business agreements and duties, transactions and obligations.
Settlements, settlements, settlements. A settlement is the official completion of a payment or transaction between two parties. Basically, whenever a deal is finalized and the money is completely squared away, you've reached a settlement.
Counterparty. Counterparty, counterparty. Your counterparty is simply the other business or person you're signing a contract with. If you are buying, the seller is your counterparty, and vice versa. Mandatory obligations, mandatory obligations, mandatory obligations. These are the legal or financial duties that a company must strictly follow. They aren't optional. They're actually required by law or by the terms of a contract.
Entertainment expenses above the allowed cap. Entertainment expenses above the allowed cap. Entertainment expenses above the allowed cap. This refers to the money spent on clients, like dinners or events, that exceeds the legal limit set by either the company's internal budget or by tax authorities.
CIT, corporate income tax. CIT, corporate income tax. CIT, corporate income tax. This one is pretty straightforward. It's the tax that a business must legally pay to the government based on its overall profits for the year. Let's do a quick check-in. Here you can see a summary table of those first 5 terms we just covered, setting right alongside their precise Vietnamese translations. We have settlements, counterparty, mandatory obligations, entertainment expenses above the allowed cap, and CIT. Take a quick mental snapshot of this to really lock in these foundational concepts.
Let's move to our next theme and see how this all builds together. Section 2 is banking and cash flow, where we focus on money moving in and out of the business.
Dispersed, dispersed, dispersed. When money is dispersed, it means that funds have been successfully paid out from a specific fund, loan, or bank account right to the intended recipient.
Upon actual payment. Upon actual payment. Upon actual payment. This phrase is used a lot in contracts to specify that an action, a delivery, or a requirement happens exactly at the moment the money is handed over, and not a single moment before.
Deposits, deposits, deposits. A deposit is a sum of money placed securely into a bank account, or it can also refer to money given up front as a pledge to secure a contract or purchase. Fully utilized, fully utilized, fully utilized. When a facility or account is fully utilized, it means that a budget, a specific resource, or a credit limit has been completely used up with absolutely nothing left over.
Principal repaid at maturity. Principal repaid at maturity. Principal repaid at maturity. This means that the original base amount of a borrowed loan, which we call the principal, is given back to the lender precisely on its final agreed-upon due date, known as maturity.
All right, here is our cash flow summary table. Seeing words like dispersed, upon actual payment, deposits, fully utilized, and principal repaid at maturity, paired with their Vietnamese meanings, helps build a really strong visual association. It reinforces exactly how money is actively managed in a business.
Moving on to our final section, assets, guarantees, and breaches. These words are all about how we secure loans and protect the money we just discussed. Pledges, pledges, pledges. A pledge involves personal property that's given as a formal guarantee to a lender to ensure that a specific debt will be fully paid.
Collateral, collateral, collateral. Collateral is any valuable asset, like equipment or property, that a lender accepts as security for a loan. If the loan isn't repaid, the lender can actually take that collateral.
Mortgages, mortgages, mortgages. A mortgage is a very specific, common type of loan that is used exclusively to purchase real estate or physical property.
Escrow, escrow, escrow.
An escrow is a highly secure financial account held by a completely neutral third party. The funds just sit in escrow until all the conditions of a contract are completely fulfilled.
Schedule breach. Schedule breach. Schedule breach.
This occurs when one party involved in an agreement fails to meet a specific timeline or deadline that was explicitly set out in a contract.
Plain bonds. Plain bonds. Plain bonds. Plain bonds represent a really simple, standard debt investment. It's a straightforward way for a company to borrow money directly from investors with a promise to pay it back with interest. And this brilliantly illustrates our final set of terms for today. We have the English terms for assets and guarantees, pledges, collateral, mortgages, escrow, schedule breach, and plain bonds, paired with their Vietnamese equivalents. Nailing these down gives you incredible confidence when discussing contracts and security.
Wow, so we have covered 16 incredibly powerful business terms today, breaking them down step by step with clear English definitions. Before we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one provocative question. Which of these financial terms will you use in your next meeting? Because honestly, active application is the secret to true fluency. Don't just leave these words here. Take them into your emails, your negotiations, and your everyday professional conversations. Thanks for learning with us, and keep practicing.